Hi everyone, this is Layla Haisha, Dr. Haisha with Founder Fridays. And I am so excited to come in with the second episode with a wonderful guest and founder I cannot wait to introduce you to. But just really quick, just a quick hello. Thank you guys for joining in. We'll bring in our founder. I just want to introduce myself as the founder of Diversity and Dentistry Mentorships. It's a nonprofit I founded due to a deep passion to reach back to our youth. And it's with the mission to really educate and empower our underrepresented minority youth to explore dentistry early. And we also provide valuable mentorships for our pre-dental students so that they can be successful candidates into dentistry. So if you're interested in the healthcare field, you should definitely check that out. But as I was starting the nonprofit, I had come through this long, convoluted journey of just the challenges of starting and managing a nonprofit, that there are many, many people that came along the way to help guide me. And so it's my hope with this series to have conversations with, passionate, innovative founders like Dr. Patrice Smith that I'm going to bring in. And so that hopefully from our conversations, you can provide some insight and inspire you to start a nonprofit if that's something you're thinking about. So let's bring her in. Thank you guys for coming so much. Thank you. Hi, Dr.
Hi.
Smith. Hello. Oh, I always have
Hi,
to address,
Dr.
right? We
How are
finally
you?
get to meet.
Finally, albeit virtually,
I know, right?
but
I'm
that's how
sure
we all are meeting these days anyway.
it is. It is. I think we're getting used to it. I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure our paths will cross at some time soon, and I
Yeah.
hope to really meet in person. Hi, Vivian. I
Yeah.
want to say hi to the
Likewise.
Laundromat Kids. Dr. Death Rose here. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. I also wanted to mention really quick that we're going to talk about your nonprofit, Dental
Yeah.
Helping Hands.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't realize, but on live you can run it as a fundraiser. So
Yeah.
it's on our screen here, and everyone, please go check it out and donate and
Oh,
support
that's so
the
awesome.
cause.
Thank you
It's
so much for doing
awesome.
that.
I
I
learn something new
appreciate
every day.
that. But don't we all?
Well, I know it's late over there on the East Coast, and I'm over on
Yeah.
the West Coast.
Yeah. It's about 9 p.m., but
Okay. All
it's
right.
it's the weekend, so I'm
Oh, it's
glad
I
in
know. So now
Wichita.
we really got to get going. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
As you heard, really this is to highlight our founders, highlight these organizations that are truly making a difference in the world. Because, as social entrepreneurs, there takes a lot to do it, to build it, to raise the money and all that. But, before we could really understand how wonderful this came about, we got to start from the beginning and know and learn a little bit about you. So I didn't mention you are an orthodontist practicing. You are an entrepreneur, because once we go through this interview, you're just going to be like, oh my goodness, she does everything.
It certainly feels like that sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. But tell me a little bit more. Tell me about, what inspired you to get into orthodontics and dentistry and all that, and your background.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually born and raised in Jamaica.
Beautiful.
And so, yeah. And so in high school, you pretty much have to choose your track, and it follows you pretty much through life.
Oh.
And so my parents growing up, they were small business owners.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, they wanted me to choose a business track.
Right.
And when I'm in ninth grade, I don't know what I want. So, of course, I chose the business track. So I go all through the rest of high school through a business track. And then, of course, you get to college and you're on this business track. But I knew I didn't want to do it, but I just didn't know at the time what else I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started college doing business. And my first semester was so miserable, and I actually didn't do very well in those classes. And I remember having a conversation with my dad, like, I want to do something else. I don't really want to do business.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, much to his chagrin, like, he was not having it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was not. But I remember throughout, childhood and my teenage years, I would always shadow or family friend who was a general dentist.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember really enjoying that. And I said, maybe if I chose dentistry, because I think I really liked that. That's something that I could remember at the time that I really had a liking for. So our country, Jamaica, didn't have any dental schools at the time.
Oh, oh, really? Okay.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't. But it would work out that my family friend who I would shadow as a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
he was the program director for the dental hygiene program at my university.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I had a conversation with him. I said, "Hey, I want to do dentistry."
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Well, why don't you do dental hygiene
Oh,
to start?" And so I didn't have the prerequisites because
right.
I was in a business track.
Of
But I was
course, yeah.
able, yeah, I was able to, he kind of stuck his neck out for me. I was able to do dental hygiene and still do my sciences in
Oh,
pre-college at the same time.
that was a
And
lot.
so that
A
was
lot
a
of hours
lot.
to carry. Oh my
That
goodness.
was a lot, but I
Yeah.
did it.
Yep.
I did it, and then that was over, and then I practiced dental hygiene for all of 4 months. And then I said, well, I really wanted to do dentistry.
I know, like, I could have been a dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. But I mean,
So
having that insight in dental hygiene, I'm sure really helped you in
it
clinic and
definitely
everything
helped. It
starting.
definitely helped when I did finally make it to dental school.
Mm-hmm.
So I did migrate to the US. My mom was living in New York,
Oh.
and I enrolled in undergrad in New York.
Uh-huh.
So I had all these prerequisites to do for dental school, and it was so many. So I said, might as well get a degree out of it. So I did biology.
Oh yeah, just get another degree. And this is why you were probably top 10%, top 1% to get into ortho. It's so smart.
So I did that, and then I applied to dental school, and I got accepted, and I chose Howard University because, you know, growing up in Jamaica, most of the dentists who practiced there, they went to Howard University or they went to dental school in Cuba or
Oh.
in Trinidad and Tobago. And so I always heard of those dental schools. And so I always said, if I were to go to dental school, I'm going to go to Howard University.
I don't
And
believe
so that's
I
where I
don't
went for dental school. And that's
yeah.
also where I went for orthodontics. But I didn't decide on orthodontics until it wasn't solidified until the latter part of my second year.
Oh, really,
I,
really? Okay.
yeah, I started out just wanting to be a dentist.
But that's
Wanted
good.
to
I
be a
mean,
dental dentist.
right, yeah, because if sometimes having your mind made up before, you don't
Yeah,
really give your all on to really explore all the specialties and
exactly.
yeah, and of course, you know, that's why I was trying to reach out to dental specialists. That's when I reached out to you initially
Yeah.
to tell you know, pre-dental students and those
Mhm.
in high school and undergrad that there's so many aspects of dentistry
Yeah.
besides that. So, well, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, and then, so after, so was it while you were in Howard that you met some of the other co-founders of Dental Helping Hands,
Yeah,
Dr.
they're all my classmates.
They are, yeah. And then I saw Dr. Patrick, right, the president.
Yes,
He went to UMKC, and
he
that's where I
did.
went. That's where I went to dental school.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, I think I was probably there way before him, a little bit older.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Truman Medical Center and all that. So he's an oral surgeon. That's amazing. So,
That is.
so where do you remember where you guys were when you're like, we need to start a nonprofit and do medical missions, dentistry,
Yeah.
missions,
So
excuse me.
it was always my goal to give back to at least my country. You know, I always said, whatever I gain, I'm gonna use it to give back. So it was always a thing.
Right.
And then myself and, well, Patrick had the same mentality as I am, because Patrick, Dr. Christopher, he's from Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
So he had the same mission, pretty much the same goal for when he, you know, gets out into practice. This is what he's going to do. And so Dr. Rashida Johnson and I were pretty close. And so I remember we were, and she has Jamaican roots. Her parents are Jamaican.
Right.
So I remember we were talking, and actually we were on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
And that's when the decision was made, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were talking, and we were saying, you know, I really want to be of service, you know, to people without access to care. Because, you know, we went through all this training, we got all these skills, and of course we're going to practice dentistry, but I really want to give those who really need it, and really those who don't have the access to it. And so we were like, we should start a nonprofit. And of course we toasted to it, and I was like, yeah, we should do it. And but eventually, you know, it took some time, but eventually we did it. We got it together and we formed our nonprofit. And the nonprofit was founded in 2017, so it's very young.
Okay.
So
And you've
it's a
done
lot
so
of
much work.
yeah,
You've done so many trips.
yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of growing pains,
Yeah.
but of course, you figure things out along the way. But we have done since then 4 trips per year,
Oh my
with
goodness.
the exception of this year, of course.
Wow. I know,
with
and
COVID.
that's what's one of the things I wanted to ask is like, how's that affecting? And I'm sure you probably had some trips
Yeah.
planned that had to get canceled.
Yeah, they were all pretty canceled for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, for next year and the years beyond that.
Yeah, and the work you're doing is amazing. I mean, I invite people watching on the playback to go onto your site and see, I mean, the pathology that's there, all the extractions, the facial
Yeah.
swelling, and and also read that there's really only like 8, maybe more at this date, but 18 oral surgeons to serve millions of
Yeah.
residents there. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's such a neat.
Dr. Christopher would be able to give you more of those statistics
Yeah,
because
sure, sure.
he's really passionate about, that aspect of things. And I remember the last trip he went on, I believe it was Sudan. People travel when they hear that we're coming. People travel miles and miles and miles,
Yeah.
sometimes over days to get
Oh.
to where, we'll be located.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go on that Sudan trip, but Dr. Christopher, he was really torn up about this one child who had a tumor.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very young child, had a tumor. I don't know what kind of tumor it was,
Right, yeah.
because of course we weren't able to do our tests or biopsies and
Yeah.
that sort. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he wasn't able to help him because something like that takes a little bit more time. We
Right.
have to get the proper
Oh,
X-rays and scans and stuff that is just not available in the field.
yeah.
But I do remember him coming back and saying, I have to do something to help this family. And so we raised some money. We were able to donate to them. And Dr. Christopher was able to get resources together and connect with somebody, local health officials in Sudan, to help them. And
Oh,
so
wow.
that, people, they just don't have the access, and there aren't many healthcare providers to provide that care for them. So this is something that we're all really passionate about, and
Yeah.
we try to do what we can, but it's just I always walk away feeling like it's not enough.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
you
And,
know
and I'm sure they don't want you to leave.
yeah, but they're always so
oh,
really grateful. They're always so
yeah.
grateful.
It
But
brought back memories when I was fourth year in Kansas City Dental School, and we had a trip to Barquisimeto, Venezuela. And yeah, the children, you talk about people traveling, and here, think about kids just sleeping in on a Saturday or playing games. They were camping out, lines across outside the church around the block. And, we were just there with cedar benches made out of cedar blocks and flashlights for lights and doing work because they were in so much pain. They wanted the work. They wanted to see the dentists that were coming. So I think that's great. And hey, for an orthodontist, I saw you with some forceps in there, so you still have it, right?
Still got
The
it.
sight of blood doesn't make you faint.
Nope. All
Oh,
good.
Oh, well,
I won't do third molars or anything like that. But that's all Dr. Christopher and Dr. Johnson. But I will get in there. I mostly like to do the hygiene and the education, and I do extract as well. But I leave the professionals, the experts,
yeah.
to do their part.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to just, of course, diversity in dentistry is so important to me. And as we have such a disproportionate number of dentists. And so I just wanted to ask you, really, what does diversity in dentistry mean to you? Because I can imagine when I look at the pictures and when people go to your site and see like all these Black dentists there, just surgeons, orthodontists, dentists, and in these operating rooms, it just brings such pride. And then for kids to say, hey, I can see me in them. I want to do this. What does it mean to you?
Well, one, representation matters. And so, you can't be what you can't see. And so I think it's really important for kids to see themselves in other people that may look like them. you know, speak their language.
Sure.
And it's also so important for anybody, because I know for a fact that people don't seek healthcare if they can't relate to the person who's providing the care, you know? And so it's so important for us to take up space. It's so important for diversity and for all types of different people to be represented in all fields, pretty much, not only in healthcare and dentistry, just because I've seen firsthand where I would come into a space and someone would confess to me that I didn't come to the dentist because I just didn't think that somebody else understood, you know, where I was coming from, didn't understand me. So it's very, very important. You know, I can understand too if someone doesn't speak the language.
Sure.
You know, of course, they would want somebody who speaks their language, who has the same culture and customs and norms.
Right.
You know,
That cultural competency of it. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very important. And I'm loving to see all the representation now. I think it's getting better. We still have a lot more work to do.
You're right.
But it is getting better. I'm seeing a more diverse population in healthcare and dentistry, and also younger.
That's great. Yeah, no, find out early, because then you can get on the right path. So, and definitely you're orthodontist, but really you are a role model to your patients and to your many followers as well. So I thank you for all that you're doing to make a difference. I know last time I forgot to check in halfway through to say, hey, if anyone has questions. And I want to say hello to everyone. Hi, Kit. Hi, Naomi of Maria Moms. Can't wait to speak with her. Any questions? I think Alvin.
Oh, I see Emma. Hi, Emma.
Yeah, and Dr. Despy, she's going to be joining us too. Okay, great. I just want to make sure. Oh, here's a question. How old were you when you started orthodontics?
Huh.
And
so I graduated dental school at,
I know.
I graduated dental school at 26. So I was 26 when I did ortho, because I went straight from dental school into orthodontics. So
great.
26. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, yes. So now I wanted to kind of just shift the conversation, because when we talk about, you know, social entrepreneurs, we know you had this entrepreneurial spirit from your parents.
Yeah.
But when did that start? Were you in dental school, you wanted to do this, or after you started your practice? Oh, but I did want to share one thing with everyone that, and I told you at the last minute that I found you when I found your site on Instagram, and I was just all intrigued of how you're really educating young professionals and you're inspiring them. But you launched the planner. Sorry, the planner.
Yeah.
The planner.
I did.
And I had, for the last couple of years, was writing my book on cavity-free kids, how to care for your kids' teeth from birth through the teenage years. And it was just so much to do, because I was self-publishing and I had to do the whole launching. So I wanted to show everyone that I got the planner. So I downloaded it. It was so helpful, you know. And then look, you have a nice quote that gets you motivated each month. And then you had the monthly plan, and just to see how crazy it was during the launch. And you know, I launched, of course, like right in March, right when the shutdown
right before
happened.
COVID.
Yeah. So this is kind of like how my planner and calendar and everything was looking, just kind of crazy.
That's literally how mine looks as well.
I know. So, and then at the end, I was going to share, you know, I've decided to put together a resource guide, because as I'm talking to you and founders and a lot of my friends who are, you know, business owners and entrepreneurs, that we do have a lot of responsibilities. We have a lot of tasks, we're stretched in many directions, and just trying to find that space, to find creativity, to find, just time to do the things that we need to do, but show up for our family and our practice. And so I was just wondering, yes, I kind of long-winded way of saying, when did you want to start doing it? How did you know what to do? And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, like you mentioned before, my parents were small business owners, so I always had that entrepreneurial mindset. I grew up with it. Right. I didn't really have a choice. My dad made sure that I was part of the business, and all of my siblings were, ever since we were a young age. So I think it was something that has always been in me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of the blogging, I do have a blog. It's theunorthodox.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always, I started blogging in 2008. And it was my way of kind of expressing myself, one,
Okay.
and two, kind of keeping a diary, number two.
Yeah, yeah.
And then three, the first blog I had was a motivational type blog.
Mm-hmm.
So I always felt like I needed the motivation, I needed inspiration, and then I felt like if I needed, other people needed
Other
it
people
too.
need it. Right, yeah.
So I would share it. And at first, I didn't think anybody would ever even see it or notice that it's there. But eventually, over time, it picked up traffic, and it was a weekly thing. And so every week, the same sets of people, and then more would show up every week, and we had a little community pretty much.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then dental school started, and then I started another blog, which pretty much chronicles my entire journey through dental school.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And that was pretty much just like my diary, but it ended up being kind of a resource to incoming dental students, because funny enough, people would send me emails saying, hey, you wrote about this, and it really helped me to write my personal statement, or it really helped me to get my application together. And even when I was at Howard University, there were students who came in and said, you're Patrice. I have been reading your blog, and you're why I ended up applying to Howard and got accepted. So
oh, that's so rewarding.
I always thought it was really cool.
You've been mentoring for years and years and years.
Without even knowing it.
Without even knowing it.
And then, of course, that blog was called Student Diaries, Student Diaries. I thought I was being clever.
I get it.
And then after dental school was over, then of course I wasn't a student anymore. And so after that, the Unorthodox was born. And it's kind of a play
so clever.
Word.
I love that.
It's kind of a play on words, because I'm an orthodontist.
Right.
But I always thought of myself as a little different. Mm-hmm. So a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah.
So unorthodox. So that's kind of where the name came about. And that blog is really everything that I've learned after graduation, going out into the real world.
Right.
And I wanted to just chronicle everything. I was learning so much, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know this. And if I don't know it, somebody else might not know it. Let me chronicle.
Exactly. Oh, that's always true. Because everyone, when you get those same questions over and over again, then it's like, oh, maybe I should just put this down.
Yeah. Exactly.
You could probably make that into a book now, Dr. Smith.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then it's so daunting.
Oh, I know. Everything is one step at a time.
I thought about it, and there was a point where I actually started, and I have my drafts somewhere around. I started, and then I put it down, and I picked up another task, and I started that.
Oh, that happens. Well, that happens with...
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Overachieving women.
I'm going to finish it one day.
Who knows, yeah.
One day I'll complete it.
Yeah. In time. It'll be the right time when you do it, and you'll have people ready to snatch it up. Yeah. Well, talk to us about the candle company, the Unorthodox Candle Company.
So the candle company,
100% soy and
it's
hand-poured and
it's
delicious.
Yeah, exactly. It's 100% soy. It's made out of soy wax, and I chose soy because it burns clean. It doesn't give off that soot in the atmosphere like other waxes, like paraffin. Mm-hmm. So I like to say it's the healthier option of waxes. And it carries a nice scent through. And so how I got into candle making, I love. I can't tell you how much I love scented candles. I always have at least 4 or 5 running throughout the house at any given time.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So I'm in dental school, and I love candles, and I like the really nice ones. Like the Diptyque and the Bali Spa, and they were so expensive. And everything's so expensive. They're expensive now, but they were really expensive when I was in school. You're a broke dental student; you can't afford.
Oh, I know. Not at all.
And so I always wanted candles, and I had the bright idea one day. I said, I always want candles, and I'm always buying them. Maybe I should try to make them. Mm-hmm. So I did a little research and figured out how to make them, and I started making them just kind of as a as a home project.
Well, like a
And
hobby.
so, like a hobby. And then I made them for myself. And I think my mom came to my apartment and she's like, what is that? It smells so good. And then she said, well, make me some. And then my mom told, you know how moms are, they tell the whole world.
Oh, of course. Oh, yes, I love it. Right.
And then everybody wanted candles. So I started giving everybody candles. And then my classmates or my friends, they would come over and then they want candles. And every so often, like every month, everybody wanted all these candles. So I did that for a very long time. I just made them for fun. And then through that, I ended up perfecting the art, because there's an art to it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, to get the right.
You brought back all that biochem from second year dental school.
Yeah, exactly. You know, to get the right scent throw, to get the right length flame. You know, you have to also get the right cold throw. You know, it's a little bit involved. So through giving candles away and by everybody requesting, I was able to perfect the craft. Then one day I decided, you know, you guys, you're gonna have to start paying me for this because it's costing me money.
You were just giving them away all this time? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it was free. It was free the whole time.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay.
Then I decided
you could have paid off your
have to pay for this. And so when I said you have to pay, everybody was like, "Oh, no problem, sure."
Oh yeah.
So it was like PayPal payments and sending invoices that way.
Yeah.
Then the demand grew, and then I was like, "Oh, I guess I have to turn this into a legitimate business." And so I turned it into a legitimate business, and it continued to grow. And so it's become a staple.
Oh, that's so exciting. Well, congratulations. I'm so happy for all your success. And I mean, to say that you're doing this while you're running an orthodontic practice is just, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but you know, it's all time management.
It is. That is. Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end. I just want to see, does anyone have any questions? Hello, everyone. Hi, Luma. Hi, Mindfully. Oh, yes. Cultural competence is so important. You are right. Yes. Let's make sure. I felt that last time. The Dr. Slide didn't quite go through. Well, I really appreciate everyone coming in. I don't see any other questions, but I'm sure, you know, I'll save this in the stories, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, I mean, you are, like you say in your little bio, you're multi-passionate, but you excel in everything you do. And I think because of your compassion and passion, all the blessings are coming back to you. So I just say thank you for what you're putting out of the positivity in the world.
Thank you so much, Dr. Layla.
Oh, my pleasure.
I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate you sharing your platform with me.
Oh, thank you. Platform. I hope to reach out and hope that you know, someone does get inspired to really feel make that next step in their dream, because you know, even if you have felt like you've reached your pinnacle success, and you know, I think we both have, but there's always that something gnawing that you want to do more, or you want to find the purpose and reach out to really make a difference in the world. And so that's what I'm just hoping to do, to help everyone design their lives so that they can show up and be the best, so they can make a difference in the world, because Lord knows we need it, right?
Absolutely.
Is there anything next that you want to share at all with everyone?
I have one thing to share, which is actually, when I share it, it's going to be like the debut of it. I'm intrigued. So I actually just became a practice owner about a month ago.
Congratulations! Oh, yeah!
Thank you.
Big step. Emoji.
I know. So so I moved back to Washington, D.C. About a month ago. My husband and I. My husband is from the Washington, D.C. area. Okay. And so I moved back. I purchased my practice, and I started about a month ago. It's been a whirlwind.
Oh, wow. Yes, indeed.
I've always taken a leadership role in every practice that I've been associated with. But, you know, it's very different when all of the responsibility is on you.
Oh, for sure.
But it's their responsibilities that I welcome wholeheartedly. And it's been hectic, but it's been really fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And I think all the experience you've had in the practices you've been in, you can know how you want to run the practice, the values and the mission that
Exactly.
you hold your
Yeah.
team accountable to make a difference. So, oh yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I know.
Running free practices, it's a lot.
Oh dear.
But you're gonna be
Bless
great.
your
So
heart.
everyone in the DC area, is there a name of the practice or is it Dr. Unorthodox?
You know, someone suggested that I should have named it that, but I think it would have been too ambiguous. It's
Yes.
Infinity Orthodontics.
Oh, Infinity Orthodontics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We will
You
start looking
know,
for that.
I named it Infinity
Mm-hmm.
because my husband and I, our favorite number is the number 8. So
Oh.
that's the number that kind of governs our lives. We got married on, well, we have 2 wedding
Oh,
dates.
you had a fabulous wedding, first of all. I
Oh.
see that. I was like,
Thank you.
oh, you guys. It was in Italy, right? The town of Riviera.
I know. Yeah,
This
we
is
got
gorgeous.
married in Italy. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's
But
beautiful.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
And we
well,
got
great.
married on 8/8.
Oh,
And
see?
so everything that we do revolves around the number 8. And so the infinity sign is kind of like the number 8. So
I'm a big number person, so I think
I'm a
that's,
big number person.
yeah,
Me too.
that's
Yeah. So
wonderful. Oh, look, and then today's October 16th, so 8 plus 8.
there you go.
I'm joking. I know.
There you go.
Well, that is wonderful.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else? I mean, want to take one last call before we let you go to bed? Well, I know it's Friday. You guys are going to do something fun, I hope.
We're gonna probably watch Netflix.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, thank you, Kid. She said we make a very inspiring duo that's so kind. And
Thank you.
hi, Dr. Franklin. And yeah, you're so inspiring. Beautiful African American women making power moves. I'm telling you, we're trying to make ripples.
Yeah,
Make a difference. So
absolutely.
thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't
Oh,
wait to
thank
meet
you.
you. See you in the groups of like Sisters in Dentistry and all that.
Yeah.
And keep connected that
I'm in
way.
all the groups.
Yes, I mean, definitely, I know. And thank you guys for watching. And I know I've been inspired. I hope you guys have been inspired. I invite you guys to please check out Dental Helping Hands because they're true, Dr. Smith. There's ways to donate and volunteer because even though you're not going on the mission trips, I'm sure you're still raising money.
Yeah, for sure.
And so is diversity and dentistry mentorships. So there's always a need to raise funds. So we invite you to visit that and your site at it's theunorthodox.com is your the blog site, correct?
That's the blog site, yes.
Yes, yes. And then if you guys have time, you can check out my website at drlaylahaisha.com. You can see all my passion projects and also look for on my bio just a free resource guide. Oh, maybe I can show really quick that, I just really wanted to, when talking to founders like this, to see, I had it here. No, maybe I can't find it there. But it's a resource guide that has all the systems and processes and people that really help me keep myself organized and managed so that I can really show up for my family. That's most important, but be there for my practice and my staff and my team. So you can check that out.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go check it out right now. That sounds like it'll be really helpful.
You know what? I'm so sorry. I was not trying to toot my own horn, but I wanted to bring it up because in my organization part, I have your planner on there on how to smash your goals planner. Like I said, it really helped me to get my book out. So lots of fun things from organization, time management, family management, self-care, because we got to be healthy to make a difference, right?
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's a free resource for you guys as a gift for tuning in. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm so grateful to have you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Good night, everyone.
Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Smile always.
Always.
Always. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.